been out here making all these, what I've been calling micro scrapping videos, where I'm just taking small things and pulling them apart and taking brass and putting brass, short wires. If I have short wires, I can kind of cutting them up. Not even sure what that is. I think it's stainless. But I had some short copper wires. I had a lot of brass fittings, a lot of water fittings that I've been taking apart, cutting off the little what do you call them things? The little copper rings that hold the pipes together nowadays, unlike what they used to be like. But anyway, so I went and did that for the last few days. It's really all I've been doing, is because it's been chilly out. So a lot of time spent out here. Maybe a couple hours each time I did one of them videos. I had a couple hours in it. And when I thought of myself as micro scrapping, I thought to myself, is it worth it? And I mean, all this stuff is from little things that I've been taking apart that's been laying around here. I've been going out through the yard filling up 5-gallon buckets of smaller things, just small stuff that I have out there laying around, because my dumb butt, when I started collecting this stuff, and a few people commented in the videos that I should, when I take it out of my truck, that I should put it where it belongs, make piles for it. And I didn't, so I've been just going around everywhere collecting small pieces of wire, fittings, pieces of pipe, just everything, any of these small things, pieces of pipe everywhere, anything that had brass or copper on it, throwing it in buckets, aluminum, and just bringing it in here, because I've been micro scrapping. And when you've been watching my videos, I've had a lot of comments on this particular stuff as I've been cutting it down. So thank you for all the comments, because they did help. And I'm talking about comments from other scrappers. So now what I've been going through, and I'm not actually separating it like I should be, because I don't have enough buckets. But today I got a bunch of buckets, bins. I got a bunch of bins today with lids on them. And now, you'll probably hear in another video here soon. Now I can take all my stuff and have enough buckets for dirty brass, clean brass, aluminum, different types. These are them rings I was just talking about. Micro scrapping. That's one of them ones when I cut my finger, I was cutting off one of them rings. And by the way, somebody said something about them being copper coated steel. And that was wrong. I have not found one of them yet. And since they mentioned that to me, I've been checking. But this is just 5-gallon buckets today. 5-gallon buckets that I've gotten, and now I'm just yellow brass, copper, 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 yellow brass, and I'm just, this bucket was full. Now I've turned this bucket into like 4 buckets. Copper, yellow brass, and like I said, right now, all these pieces are small. The cut off of small things, but eventually they all start to add up. And I didn't think that at first. Look at that, man, that's beautiful. Gets me excited when I see this kind of stuff. It's all brass. Brass. That might be aluminum. Aluminum. Copper. See them copper rings? Been taking them off like crazy. Brass. This, the videos that you've been watching is me and cutting up this stuff here. Or should I say of me cutting up this stuff. That's not finished. Cutting up this stuff here. Copper. Bucket. Has been what I've been calling micro scrapping. And Paul said, is it worth it? Is it worth it? And I thought to myself, you know what? I don't know. I don't know if it was worth it money wise. I don't know. That's what I originally thought. But then after I came out here and did a little bit more tonight, and then finally decided to separate so I could figure out what I had. When I finish up this little bit of stuff that I got here, I will show you what I got, and you can tell me whether it was worth it, because this is my micro scrapping video. And like I said, I wish I'd have separated it all first, but I just didn't have any buckets. So I didn't, and I'm still not, because I'm gonna have to do this again. So copper, stainless, copper, brass, yellow brass. Found a few pieces of red brass. Anyway, I'm not trying to drag this out, and I am almost done separating this stuff. And then I'm gonna, they say that these buckets are 2 pounds each. And I know that in these buckets is, right now, everything in it is clean and dirty. In actually my copper is kind of mixed up. But I just want to see how many pounds. That piece looks like copper. That piece looks like copper for sure. I just want to see how many pounds that I actually ended up in the last few days micro scrapping. And when I said micro scrapping, one of them videos was me cutting down this extension cord. So I'm gonna see how much of that I have too. But we're gonna call it all dirty. And I know that I'm gonna get clean for a lot of what's in here, but I just want to see what the buckets weigh. And if you're curious, stick around and you'll see what the bucket weighs too, because that's going to be my last thing that's going to be on this video. And yeah, it's definitely going to. I just have to plug in my scale, which I haven't actually done for a while, but I bought a scale because I don't know about you guys, but how many scrappers have scales? I actually have 2 sets. I have one set of scale that you can weigh up to like 600 or 800 pounds. It's a stand-up scale. That is actually still in the box, believe it or not. I've never even taken it out of the box, but I do own it. I own it, and the only reason why it's not out of the box is because I got it at a good price now, so I figured I'd buy it. And down the road, when I get my shop built, if you've been listening, probably around April, I'm going to have a new shop. Oh, I can't wait. I'm so, you don't even know how excited I am. My wife and I just decided, since our pool blew out, and if you watch earlier videos, you'll see where the pool blew out. Right. Well, my wife loves her pool. Loves it. And she decided that she was going to have another pool. But she also decided that she didn't want another above ground pool. Last handful, guys. And then I'm going to weigh my buckets. Just weigh my buckets to see what I got in my last few videos of the micro scrapping that I've been doing, of the extension cords, of the faucets, of the little bits and pieces of everything that I've been doing. So if you're still here, you can check out the weight at the end. I got one little bits left, the last of the bucket. Almost done, almost done. Copper, brass, aluminum, copper, clean and dirty, and all kinds of good stuff. I got to rambling, forgot what I was talking about a minute ago, so. All right. All right. Done. Empty bucket. Well, all right. Almost empty bucket. Didn't see you down there. Empty bucket. All right, what we got here? You ain't gonna believe it. Check it out, guys. Gloves, which I really am appreciating right now. All right, so if you've been watching me do my videos, one of them was extension cords and more. And I took these things and did it with a knife. I just ran down them with a knife. I took the outside coating off so that I would have turned that 40% copper into 60% copper. At least I wanted that. You've been watching me do all this stuff, this thing. See them, remember them pieces that I've been cutting off here later? That was that little octopus looking thing, but one of them was broken, so I decided not to keep it. I have a few of them though, other ones. But look at this. This is some of this is like nickel plated brass. That belongs in the copper bin. Nickel plated brass. This is just yellow brass. These are yellow brass. So I got dirty and clean. Nice chunks too, some of them. Yellow brass in here. These things, few of them. Now, this bucket has, get rid of this. That was a minute. Yeah, it's just a heavy old piece that I haven't done yet. This I'm probably not going to weigh this. This is just my miscellaneous aluminum and stainless steel and these things here that I'm not going to. I'm going to be selling once I get enough of them. I put them all together. Yeah. And this doesn't belong in there anyway. This is something else. I'm going to show everybody something about that later on in another video. So I'm basically going to weigh these two buckets. This is what I got for copper. And this is what I got for brass. In the last few days, it's taken water fittings apart and plumbing pipes apart. A couple of them in there. I'm going to weigh these two buckets and see what I got for the last couple of days. All right, so I got it plugged in. Let's see what we got going on here. All right. And we are set on pounds. So, scrapyard tells me each bucket weighs 2 pounds. These buckets are a little bit heavy, so I'm going to set this camera down and we'll see what we got. All right, so I'm going to start out with my, and like I say, they say these things weigh 2 pounds. All the brass that I've taken apart. Now, actually, I can take this out because this is not a piece. It's just a piece of brass that I had sitting in here. Everything else in here is part of my micro scrapping. 31.9, that's close enough to 32 pounds to call it 30 pounds. So 30 pounds of clean and dirty brass. So I guess if I took the dirty brass, I don't know, what's it? I don't know. I don't even know what it is a pound. Now I've got my bucket of copper. All right, 30 pounds. And calling it the worst. Whatever you get per pound, I don't even know. 25.3 pounds of, call it what you want to. You got some pipe, you got some number 1, what do you call that? Bright, that's some bright. That was just from small wires that I come out here and brought out here and I threw my stripper, and some of them were so short, you know, I mean, little tiny short wires. I just picked them up, threw them in a 5-gallon bucket, brought it in the garage when it was cold, turned the heat on, and you basically watched me do all these parts and pieces. And I had a blast doing it. Now I've got to clean up my mess and start over again. I have this bucket, nice beautiful bucket to take apart, still in here. This nice beautiful bucket to take apart, that's in here. And if it wasn't dark, I'd show you the ones that I have outside, but that's another video. Thank you again to all my faithful subscribers. Still waiting on that 2,000 mark, and I'm gonna give away that right there. I've been filming all my videos with it. I have the GoPro 10 that I showed you on my video. I haven't even taken it apart yet. I mean, excuse me, I haven't even opened it up yet, besides opening on the video. So I have 2 of these. I'm gonna give one away, and it's gonna come with a battery, 1 charger, 1 battery, camera, and I'm gonna go ahead and buy an SD card from Walmart, and I'm sending a brand new SD card, so you'll have something you can play your brand new videos on. And I don't know who's gonna win. I want somebody to help me with this. I've seen it done by one of you YouTubers out there, like YouTube, or somebody has a channel where they just pick a comment. It's a random comment that gets picked out. But I want everybody to know that in order to be in this, you have to have a valid email address and a valid mailing address so I can send it to you, and also be a subscriber. I'm not giving anything away to non-subscribers. This is subscribers only. So if you are a subscriber and you get picked in the drawing, and it's not going to be a drawing, like I'm not going to take 2,000 names and put them in a bin and pull a name. I want somebody to share with me the comment picker or something like that. It's just going to be pick a random comment is going to be picked, and that's who's going to win, and it's going to be a subscriber. So I look forward to that day. And I don't know if anybody's seen those scrap over here. This is scrap, by the way, for people that don't know, scrap. And then you see in my truck Scrappy. He rides just about everywhere with me, and he gets out of hand sometimes. Anyways, I'm done for the evening. I came out here because I was tired. My wife just tried to call me. I'm coming out here because I was tired and didn't want to fall asleep at 6:30. Yes, she's calling me. That was my wife. That was my wife asking if I was still alive. Anyway, oh, I remember what I was saying earlier. I have to say this. I'm sorry. I'm getting a building. This is going to be our Christmas present to each other. I'm getting a 24 by 40, hopefully, is what we're looking for. Maybe even 28 by 40. We haven't decided yet. Whatever suits us the best. Building. It's a metal building, but instead of a stick built. So I can do things in there, whatever I want to. And then my wife, like we had the pool blowout. If you go back and watch the videos, had a big pool blowout. And she loves her pool. We've had it for 20 years. She said if we ever lost that pool, and she said this way back from the beginning, if that pool ever goes away or anything happens to that pool, I'm getting an in-ground pool. I said, you're not getting no in-ground pool. We're not going to do that. That's too expensive. We're not going to do it. But through the years, we've saved money and saved up for our retirement. And since our retirement is coming so quickly, she's already retired. I'm basically semi-retired. She takes care of the house. I take care of part of the house and some of the outside stuff. But anyways, she's going to get her pool. I'm going to get my building. So we'll be doing videos of my new building when it comes, and I can't wait. And I hope everybody sticks around to see it. So God bless everybody, and good night.